I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Paul Jenderski,
Present.
Christine Newman is absent, Michael Nesbitt,
Present.
Edgar Titoff,
Present.
Kathy Harris,
Present.
Darcy McSwain,
Present.
Jennifer Rosser Nesbitt.
Any adjustments to the agenda?
No, sir.
Get a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the agenda?
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Any announcements, public comment? You got something to say? Spicer engineer report.
Good evening,
Good evening.
Mark Norton, Austin's not here tonight. I was gonna go over his list. Basically on the TMF grant for the lead service leads, we're continuing to work on the SRF project plan. We've got the background information section ready to go, and obviously the extent of the project with the scope of the village's water system that we wanna put together. The remaining sections are gonna be done shortly. We just gotta compare kind of what we are proposing to do versus other viable alternatives. What's the next one? I guess the 2025 water system improvements, which are now obviously moving into 26. Just still waiting to hear back from rural development on that, so we're ready to go, we have the permit, everything's ready to go, and we just gotta hear our final A-OK to go to bid. The safe routes to school, as Austin mentioned at the last meeting, the findings of SHPO, apparently they found a tooth on their review, a human tooth, and it's prompting some delays. We've been in communication with them still, but we're just trying to make sure that any of these delays aren't gonna impact any of the funding, so we'll keep you posted on that. Water system phase 1 improvements, I think he's got a comment on here that there's still enough contingencies to do 2 to 3 more galvanized service lead replacements, so I guess that would, if we wanna do that, that'll happen in the spring when the weather gets a little bit more constructive.
You guys do some hydro excavating? It was shown on the bill here, hydro excavating. I'm thinking, wow, who the heck's gonna do it when it's like below zero? Even just from a payment from the,
Probably from.
That was
previous
just the last
months.
payment.
The last payment.
Yeah, I mean, we're not doing it with all the process in the ground right now, no. It would have probably been, sometime in November or before. I would think.
good.
And I think that's all the updates he had. We have the ordinance, but that'll be later on in the agenda. Does anybody have any questions on what we discussed so far?
I just wondered if they gave you any kind of a timeline as to how long the investigation would take on tooth and all that too?
They haven't, we're still trying to follow up just to keep that in front of us, just so it doesn't get dragged out too long, but they haven't told us anything at this point.
All the state said was quite lengthy.
Yeah,
It can be, doesn't mean it will be.
so yeah, they're usually pretty vague on, when we're waiting on them for things, they don't like to commit to any deadlines, it's a standard procedure for them.
I just wondered.
Yep, we're gonna keep on them though, wanna make sure it gets moving.
Thank
Anything
you.
else? Alright.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Council minutes approval for January 14th of 2026.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes for January 14th meeting.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Those opposed? Commission and committee reports. Planning Commission, no January meeting. Parks and Rec, no January meeting. DDA, February 6th of 2026.
I'll make a motion to accept the DDA minutes for February sixth, 2026.
I'll support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Communications is left blank. Payment of claims.
If nobody has any questions, I'll make a motion to approve the bills in the amount of $173,618.10.
I'll support.
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? It's down to new business. Item A, budget handout.
Everyone has one, I just wanna make sure.
Are we even doing farmer's market anymore?
We didn't have one last year, should we, and that's, we'll discuss this in great detail whenever we set it, but that's a great question. Do we try to find somebody else? There has, I believe somebody might be interested, according to a DDA member. So I'll get with her and see what I can find out if they really, she's mentioned that people really wanna get their fruits and vegetables in the park in the summer. Prefer it that way, so see if that person's willing to commit to a time or a date and see if we can get her, put it in just in case.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if it doesn't happen, we can reallocate those elsewhere based on what you think.
Oh, it's good to let it go for a year and then see what people.
Should have Tyler start us garden in the park. You're welcome. I'm just kidding.
I did have another agenda item in front of you and I forgot to put it on there, but it's rather simple. We can add it if you guys would vote to add it on, but
Are we
it's,
gonna go over this in detail sometime? or-
Next meeting, just for that. Budget works.
We'll do
So should we set up a date and time for that meeting?
normally we go 2 weeks out from today. That gives me time to go to the parks meeting next week, give them their budget, their draft budget, see what they might wanna say. We will check the CIP and see if it matches up with the yearly, the 2023 to 27, or whatever the CIP is. I think it's probably 26 to 29 now. And then I can get to planning as well, update the CIP, see if they recommend it to you, as well as give them kind of their draft budget as well. And then we meet the next Wednesday, which I believe is the 25th,
25th,
at a time that works for you guys.
6 PM.
I like 6.
I'll make a motion to set up a workshop date of Wednesday, February 25th at 6 PM, if that works with everybody's work schedule.
It's fine with me.
Somebody's gotta support it then.
Maybe someone
Oh,
second
support
that.
it?
Yeah, somebody's gotta support it. She's.
I'll support it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
It gives me 2 weeks, so the governor just unveiled her executive recommendations today, so I haven't gone through the entire budget, which then they'll have a workshop and they'll adjust their numbers. There's gonna be a lot of fights. In her budget, it recommends, I think, $400 million from the rainy day fund. And I know the House does not wanna do that. It calls for some tax increases. So I know the House doesn't wanna do that, so, as of right now, I have the most recent numbers, but that could change, so. This is the hard part of them having a September 30th, October 1 fiscal year, and us having the March 30, April 1. And so, you know, and then you got the county with the January 1 probably, and then
We're end of October, I think, but
you guys are on the same, so then other counties are January 1, and then you have schools sometimes are in June, July,
Yeah.
so it's a guessing game. You try to get as close as possible, but. Yeah, she just had her budget hearing, her meeting, her joint conference today, so I'll go through that tomorrow.
So this is all we need to bring to that meeting?
So you said some will be added to this, or?
No, this is all.
This is based on the most recent information that they give us, but
We can fix this after, at that meeting,
Yeah.
but look at it first.
I'm sure it'll be exciting.
exhilarating.
They always are.
And if you guys wanna approve adding item C, library public parking lot, this is not the proper way to do it, but I totally missed it. You all have it on your desk.
Gmail?
Yep.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to add C, library public parking lot under new business.
I support that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Alright, so item C, library public parking lot.
So, every Tuesday from June 16th through August 16th, the library is asking for permission to use 2 parking spots for the YMCA, for a food distribution. I said I would take it to you because I'm not, I'm just like, how many spots, how often, what days, and, it's a public lot. At the same time, I didn't know if they were bringing food trucks in, they're gonna take up 5 spots or what, so,
That's the parking lot behind the library?
correct. So I don't see 2 spots being a huge hindrance. But at the time of that email, it was, what is it? These meals are in the public parking lot 1 to 2 hours each week. Didn't give me any details on how many, so. Your approval goes a long way, and that's how we've always done things, especially if the haunted house wants something, or hometown days. This is the proper authority to make that decision.
We even gonna have a haunted house?
They had a meeting last night.
We gonna have a haunted house?
They left their paperwork. I took what has their numbers on it. I took it to my office and locked it up.
I make a motion to approve their request.
Yeah. I'll support that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
He can use that from the post office box. He won't be there. He just won't.
Old business, animated code rewrite, chapter 1 to 3.
So we briefly went through this last month, but there was 3 members absent, so I thought we better all get on the same page, go through this together, so that we're not in chapter 5 and someone says, hey, but in chapter 2 I found this, so this is a good time to do this. Mark is here. Jenny, you sent a laundry list today. Let Mark figure that out,
Yeah.
or whoever types up your work,
Yeah.
figure that out.
I'll probably just go through and do all of them at the very end once we get through it again. think that'd be probably the most efficient way. And I think last month we might have gone through 4 chapters, but the fourth one I think is on animals, which is pretty long, so I don't know if people had a chance to get through those ones that weren't here last meeting. First chapter was chapter 1, general provisions, basically some definitions through there, some other headings, and I think kind of the intent, what we're hoping that people will do is kind of review these in advance of the meeting. So then we can kind of go through any specific questions or comments anyone might have. So I don't wanna take up too much of your meeting tonight, or any night, I guess, to go through things if you don't have questions or comments on them, just to go through. But I'll just kinda hit them. The first chapter, like I said, is just kind of general items, you know, what we're covering through the whole ordinance. Supplemental codes, I guess, on chapter page 1-4, some of the items are left blanks. What that is for is, if we're gonna rewrite sections, it's a sample, so it's actually not blank, but it's just the sample wording. If you were to change something, that's what the blanks are showing, is how you would wanna fill those in. You know, proper procedures for sending out notices. Just general penalties for violation of codes or continuing violations. Chapter 2 is administrative type things. Talks about village council and officers, compensation of certain officers. One of the items in chapter 2, page 2 that Chris had caught, as far as the bonds for the people who handle money in the office, instead of a $3,000 blanket bond, this was some old stuff. We have found that we wanted to raise that to $100,000 bonds.
Actually, I think we found we already did, didn't we? Didn't you go look?
That's in our insurance.
In our
That's what they already
Yeah.
have, but I just
Okay.
wanted
We
to get
haven't
the
changed
ordinance
it.
updated.
Oh,
so
changing
it's
here, yeah.
Corrected, yes. I think that's how we came up with that number, because that's what the current amount is set at.
These are the things I call.
Also some various, just aesthetic type comments with spacing and things of that nature that we'll address, formatting in the end. Like I said, some more things on compensation,
This means
you
somebody
know, basically comments of appointing the village manager when the time's needed. Powers and duties of the village manager, supervision of departments and employees. Some sections, you'll notice they say just reserved, and those are for if something else comes up in the future, we have those set aside, we can add new comments if needed. Ordinance enforcement officer, so we've got various things on how that person would be appointed and what their authorities would entail and their duties. Same thing for like the village clerk with their duties and things like that. Same with village treasurer, these are all chapter 2 items. Anything on those anybody wants to discuss or bring up?
Not in depth.
Chapter 3 is just on alcoholic liquors, and basically the Michigan Liquor Control kind of oversees that as the state law reference. You know, obviously various things about can't sell to people under 21 years old. A lot of these reference state laws as well, that we're just referencing those, and they'll be
So you really have to have
incorporated.
stuff like that in an ordinance, where you know it's already a state law?
Yeah, I
Just-
don't know
just
why.
for
We have to
reference.
adopt it.
With what you're saying, we, basically the village adopts it, basically saying that, yeah, they're adopting state law, which, like you said, a state law, I kind of didn't think we had a choice.
Hey, Mark.
But, yes,
I didn't see that, cause the planning commission had said that we should add at the beginning a note that it's, the liquor control and county conducts inspections for liquor licenses. I didn't see that we added that at the top.
okay. So what was that one again,
That we had a
paper
note to add at the beginning, chapter 3, that, the liquor control and county conducts inspections for liquor licenses.
Okay.
That's not something done by the village.
I have it.
I have it three
I
point
have it.
two.
I have it.
Right there,
Okay,
liquor
sorry.
control and county conducts inspection for liquor licenses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Three point two.
It's there.
Thank you guys for.
She thought it was.
I just skip over it.
There's a lot.
I I have everything from,
Maybe you have an old
planning.
version. You've got a lot of things to look at.
Mine's in yellow.
Different. Yeah, it gets confusing. That's why some of these, if I have
she
missed
did
them,
it.
that's probably
She
why,
did it.
because, like you said, when you're tossing around a lot of different
yeah.
copies of it, you're hard to find which one is
Also
most
had
current.
people knocking on my door today while I was reading some of this other stuff
Okay.
too, so.
Okay, yeah, just same thing, just typical liquor type stuff of
Some
purchase
state
and
regulation.
consumption, or possession by people under 21 years of age, various violations, penalties of those. Obviously the law enforcement, what they can do for that. Suspension of licenses, et cetera, all those
You can find all the
types of
time.
things.
Livestock. Okay.
Pretty much all typical state law types of things. There's towards the end, just a comment about, consumption in public. And then I think there was, it can only be in parks when approved by the police chief, that's what I was looking for, it's in 3-4. I think there's maybe some events that happen where it's allowed in the parks, so, and that's obviously, with those specific events would be approved in advance by the police chief. But obviously, not on school grounds or churches and things like that. I don't know if we wanted to hit chapter 4 or not about animals. I don't know that we had any various comments on that, but I guess if somebody wants to go through that in the meantime, I didn't really have anything specific to hit on with that. Obviously, there's just different sections on, there's definitions at the beginning, cruelty to animals, make sure people aren't doing that. Section on, dogs. Can't let them run loose and things like that. Noisy dogs, they've gotta wear tags. Make sure the dogs are kept in sanitary conditions, they have control of rabies. Section on cats.
Is there a limit
This is
in there of how
what
many
doesn't
dogs or cats that they can have, is it set?
I think there was something, it might have been, was that in another section about kennels?
We
There's one here.
referenced the zoning ordinance
The zoning ordinance.
and the dog law of
There
1990.
was
Yeah,
one
so
here,
we-
doghouse that is indoors, any structure.
Can we have tennis?
We had a lot of discussion on
Size,
that, sure.
doghouse shall have in breeding, outdoor temperature predicated to drop below freezing. Right there.
It's just three dog houses.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, like how
No,
many
they're talking
dogs can they have in your
Can they
residence?
have in your home?
I think it's 3, I'm looking right now.
I think it is too.
We did that, I believe, in the zoning.
Yeah, so we kinda cross-referenced certain things with the zoning ordinance too, we wanted to make sure we were consistent between both documents.
Yeah, we put the maintenance of any such kennel must comply with the zoning ordinance of the village of St. Charles, that was in there.
Yeah. Yep, so we got there's an article on cats, the same type of format as with the dogs, the definitions. Nuisance prohibitive, make sure they're up to speed on rabies, vaccinations.
Could you repeat that again about cats and rabies vaccine?
Oh, just that it. there's this
Mandating it?
Section, yeah, just says, if a cat is believed to have rabies or been bitten by a dog, and shall be confined to a leash to the owner's premises,
Oh, yeah,
and
it's-
various things for 2
But
weeks.
it doesn't say anything about vaccination, like you did with dogs.
Correct. It's just kind of if they think that one has rabies precautions.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, and then if you ascertain that a cat is rabid, you just have to notify animal control.
I just, not to interrupt you, but just curious, he said we had mandated rabies vaccines on dogs, but not cats.
Well, I don't specifically, let me see if it says vaccines on there or not.
They're left over from the
What? Lady gets owned by my mom.
Yeah.
Just typically, I know the county animal control usually wants dogs to be,
Oh, no, I'm not kidding.
get rabies vaccines.
Whenever she had a lot of them, 'cause I called one of my traps.
I had to get rid of her into the house and the cats.
Yeah, that's regulated through licensing.
Yeah,
I know she had a lot.
But
I
we
think
don't
she
have
did.
licensing for cats.
correct.
My mom ended up owning that.
I didn't know if it specifically said that.
It does
I
not,
heard, I heard
though.
you say vaccines. which
Yeah, I
is-
probably misspoke on that one. That's
There's
just if
nothing
it's
there about
been,
vaccines.
correct.
Thank you.
There's rabies precautions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, the rabies on the dog is for a county thing, cause you gotta have the tag and
Yep.
termination show that it's not a village thing, it's a county thing.
Right, through the licensing.
Yeah.
I
And then-
just heard you say vaccine,
Oh,
that's why
right.
I stopped everything.
Okay.
Thanks, Mark.
Yep. That's pretty much the coverage on through chapter 4, and then if everyone wants to maybe look through the next, 4 chapters? Yeah, it looks like some of these might be pretty long, so maybe it'll end up being 3, but I guess we can go through however many you guys are prepared to go through next month, but I would say, looks like the next 3 are probably fairly long. So maybe it'll be 2. I mean, if people say they can only get through 2, whatever, we'll do 2.
5 through 7 next
Yeah,
month?
if we can do that, I think that would be
Sound good?
Yeah, 5 and 6
Would
are
it be
pretty
better
short.
to put the proposed changes on one page so you can go through and see where they
He's
It
making
is, but
notes.
we've done 2 years worth of various changes that we've gone back and forth on, so we just don't have all the.
You just like every year, whatever the changes are,
Yeah.
1.3.
I mean, I could send you a copy probably of one that we did have changes, but. It's,
Just trying to simplify
Yeah.
it, so make it easier for us to, instead of having to go through this all the time.
yeah,
No, and that's what we'll get. Just change it.
we can
But
kind
we have to
of,
approve this first.
yeah.
Okay.
Cause we did, I think we went through the whole thing, did changes, went through it again.
Yeah.
Did changes and found what we missed and those types of things,
Well,
and then,
isn't it true that once this is all done and approved, that's all we get are the changes? If there's any changes that are made, they send us new
Yes.
pages that we
and at that
insert into
point,
here.
you know, any changes at that point would have to
You
be
won't have to
approved
do
by the
this
village
again.
council.
This will not be done by us again,
Okay,
although we've done it before.
alright, I'll see what I can do about getting the changes that we did.
Trying to make it so.
Yep,
it's
understood.
Pretty much all the same, and then whatever you add into it, I'm saying, they
Or
kind of put it
change,
on a
yeah.
page.
Cause some of it, there was quite a bit of just.
We,
There's a lot of
clarifications.
changes.
yeah, we cut a lot in reference just to state law, that's why the
Even
state.
then, put it on a
Yep,
Yeah.
page
Yeah,
where we
that-
could see where it was
cause there
taken
was
off or
even
added,
some, like an entire chapter.
instead of going through the whole thing.
It's-
and
it's-
Just see where it was
Yep.
added, we want to go to
Yep.
it, see if the changes are.
Sure.
Department reports. Jason is not here, he's at a 8th grade basketball game. He did get the Christmas lights down today.
Oh, good.
The other ones that were down
You
Hill
think they'll
Avenue?
do it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I was gonna mention that.
I came into town Friday morning for DEA and I was like, candy cane. I'm like, okay, maybe the star works, but the rest, the snowflake, okay, got it, but the candy cane's gotta go.
I come back from work at night and they're on, so that's right.
I just noticed them the other night too.
So you have his report, the annual pumpage, obviously, they've been plowing and salting a lot more this year than they have the previous 2 years. I think he said last year they had 16, days they were out, they're already at 36. So, keep this.
We're getting a break in the weather, Brandon.
Yeah, now we got a drainage and I I got a text message on Saturday that there was a water main break on Park Court, so called on call phone, they were there within 10 minutes. Low pressure on North, which got a couple complaints on that. Let them know that there was a break down the line and that should be back up within a couple hours, so. That'll be considered February, so I don't wanna steal his February report, but, very responsive, good work, but they've been busy. So he threw in the took down Christmas lights and kept the trails as clean as possible for you. So. New grader blades for the dump trucks, that old dump, the 30-year-old that we still use, or 22-year-old, is taking a beating. So right now, the CIP says they wanted a new John Deere for mowing and for plowing sidewalks, which we budgeted in the CIP 48,000. It came in, we got a quote for 43,000. So if you approve that budget, we're under a little bit, and they want a new dump next year, and so the CIP says 140,000 for next year. So they're not greedy, but damn, that's a lot.
Next year must be the big one.
Big one, big dump. So, but the undercarriage is pretty bad. They've been taping it together to get it through another season. So
We
hopefully
trading one in on that, or?
So the good news is on a lot of the stuff that they do want a hot patch machine. We borrowed one from Chesapeake. They charge us $20 an hour. We used it for a few days because the cold patch in the cold, you want to fill in potholes. It just doesn't stay, doesn't attach. So a new one. The one they're looking at is about 10 to 12,000, but they have equipment out there that they're willing to sell that should more than cover it. So
Is it 10,000 used, or is it new?
I think it's lightly used, but Tito's truck can go, dump can go. There's an what was it? A compressor of some sort or a generator of some sort that they don't even use. Back when they used to illegally unthaw pipes back in the day. You can't do that anymore.
No.
So there's good equipment to get rid of that should cover the cost of anything additional, so. They've been busy. This is by far the most, what do we say, frozen pipes in houses that I've had in the almost
One of the
7
coldest
years.
winters we've had in a long time.
Yeah, when they said it was gonna be bad, I was like, oh, a lot of snow. I'm like, no, just cold. Yes.
Even the bay, I think they said 7 miles out was over 2 feet thick.
Still,
2 feet thick. 77% froze over. Lake Erie's like 95.
I did see that. It would have been the first time in a long time if
Wow.
it got to 100.
Well, we used to get a lot of frozen pipes, but our worst problem always was we couldn't isolate places.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody would go down. And so we'd be calling beauty shops, schools, and all kinds of stuff to tell them they're not gonna have any water. But now Hal did that. He isolated all that stuff so we could put it down to small sections that lose the water. So that was something good that we did a long time ago. But that subdivision out south of town, they were always frozen, always. Pipes are too close to the top of the ground. So they run water.
Cast iron versus the fiberglass is gonna make a difference too, so we replaced that. Not gonna help out long run.
We're getting there. Just wish the Fed shut down, open up, and you're like, hey, are we close to the top of the list? Like, what's going on? Just hope. But it is in that budget, the $1 million from the Fed.
What's the, ask him, what's the proposed start for the next phase of the water?
I'm hoping this spring, as soon as we can get
Spring
going.
is pretty
We gotta
big.
be able to bid it
Think
first.
March, April?
It's in 3
Well,
weeks.
I mean, we're February now, and we gotta get approval to bid it, and then once we advertise it, it's 30 days they wanna advertise for. And I would think it's gonna be all of 30 more days, so, we got 2 months if they said go today before we could award a contract, basically, so. So, March, April, so it's probably June before they can get started, that'd be, I would say, the quickest. We gotta get some feedback from them.
And Mitchell's calling Carrie, I'm emailing calling Carrie. It's frustrating.
Yes, other projects are having the same issue, not just this one.
No, because they're asking about it, everybody knows it's coming. They wanna do stuff, but they don't wanna do stuff because they know if their lawn's gonna get tore up.
Yeah, I would like to say that he asked me more about this.
Yeah, we were telling people that we're gonna do their approach, like, hey, we're putting sidewalk in here, hold off, and now it's like, go ahead, cause we don't know when this
Oh, for that safe route.
Native American, whatever it is, I should probably get the proper wording, since we're being recorded. Anywho.
Chief Oliver?
You done?
So I was waiting, I thought,
Well, I didn't know we said anything.
you can go, man.
Yeah.
Please, by all means.
80 calls for service, 169 self-initiated activities, which are mainly property checks. We had 42 stops with 7 citations. 2 arrests. Both were from warrants. And then a total of 74 reports. Or 74 calls for service based on reports for the month, which for a small department, that's pretty busy. We did have the 2 incidents that we kind of touched on, I think, last month, which with the 2 businesses that they got hit in one day. We had Thurston's Coin Shop, or the laundromat, the coin return there, and then the bank. Don't think they're related. Actually, we're pretty much positive they're not related based on size, but there was, for a week there, I was running down leads for a couple hours a day in the office and basically determining that each one of them were not valid based on one reason or another, so.
Did we have anybody on duty when that was going on?
Not that time of the morning, no. It was 4:30. It was around 4:30, 4:40 in the morning.
We'll just take some Wables, I can literally hit a golf ball to here from there, so it's like.
They walked away, but the other problem is we got ring cameras where they walked between the houses to 52, but then after that, we can't find out where they went. You knock on doors and ask for, ask people for assistance, and either they say, well, I didn't catch anything, or I'm not looking, or it doesn't work.
Don't wanna get involved.
Yeah, that's the hard part, we know they walked away, and we could easily find out where they were based off these cameras to follow them where they're going, but we can't get cooperation, which it happens.
The
so.
bank really cracks me up, cause you think they'd have cameras galore.
Well, we had pictures of it, but the guy was fully clothed. He was fully clothed, the car pulled up off of, Oak Street there, pulled up in the dark, and he got out, messed with the machine for about 5 minutes, left with it and came back, and
Just no license plate, no nothing, nothing.
can't read it from there. The camera doesn't read clear that far away. Even the picture of the still picture of him from the ATM machine is pixelated.
Wow.
Yeah. You'd think that it would be better than that, but,
Yeah, I'm not putting my money in there.
yeah, so, but they didn't, both times they didn't get anything. The ATM machine, nothing was taken out. I think what they try to use is what they call a black box, where they install in the hardware, and it lets them just take all the money out by pushing a button, and it didn't work. So they didn't get any money, and, the coin machine, they didn't end up getting into it, they just damaged it. So, in both instances, nothing was actually taken, it just damaged a little bit, so.
Being that as a bank, it didn't go up to a higher level than the local?
No, not because they didn't get anything. Had they, when the company that did the repairs, if they came back and they did something to the hard drive, then it probably would've, but they didn't get anything off of it. So they deemed it as just they call it MDOT, malicious destruction of property, which is just a low-level crime, so it was stuck with us. Now, had they got in there and gotten the money off of it, then yeah, it would've gone to the ATF, for sure, so. Still dealing with 201 Sunview, there's one call there that deals with it, an MDOP, which we caught them, he's been charged. He's got a few warrants, we just can't get in the house, so, we're working on getting him out of the house and getting him in custody. The crimes that he has warrants for is not high enough for us to just kick in the door in right now, so. But I drive through there 2 or 3 times a shift just to, be present about that, and they're never out and about, but the neighbors have my phone on speed dial, so as soon as they see him out, they call me, or another new car in the driveway, they call me, and I go over there and run the plates, and just setting up a file for them, so. Eventually it's gonna come to a head, and they won't be there. We've actually been in contact with the owner of the house as well, to see what he can do about it, cause it's a land contract, so we're just seeing if there's other avenues to try and help us out, so. Just working on things as we get it. Any questions? Okay.
Thanks,
Thank
Chief.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Building inspector, code enforcement, Mr.
Hello,
Kofi.
everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
We had a total of 6 permits issued for the month of January. 4 of those were all at the same address. Electrical, mechanical, plumbing, and building, plumbing, mechanical, building and zoning. And we had another electrical permit on another address. For complaints, dealing with 7, you do have one set for court, for a hearing on March 3rd. And I have another one referred to the attorney. I got notification from him today that he has sent a demand for hearing to the court. I just haven't got a date when that one will be going on. Does anybody have any question on the complaints?
632 Flint, Rittenberg.
What's that?
Why isn't anything getting done? This has been going on for years.
What's that?
Rittenberg, Flint Street.
Well, because originally there was a fence problem going, and there was a dispute between the neighbors, with him and the neighbors about a fence. He was told if he put the fence up and got the stuff behind it, he'd be good, and he was working on that. So, the neighbor tore down the post. So it was a property line dispute. That has since been settled, and I've been over and talked to George. He has, he's gonna put it back up and take care of that. If he doesn't, we're gonna clean it. So,
Well, why wasn't this a dispute the last time you cleaned it up?
what's that?
The last time he was over there cleaning it up, when he brought pizza over there for him because they felt sorry, why wasn't there a dispute then? The last time you guys were over there?
For the
He didn't
fence?
put-
No,
wasn't
for
a fence.
Rittenberg,
There wasn't a
when they
fence.
cleaned it up with the
That wasn't
dumpster the
a
last
fence
time.
line, no. That's the dispute, is the fence line, there wasn't
Well,
a
I'm just
fence.
saying, well, why wasn't the fence a problem then?
No.
It wasn't.
There wasn't a fence.
He didn't
He
have a
was-
fence.
Back then, he was told he could put the fence up, he didn't. This time he started and the neighbor prevented him from actually completing it. So,
I'm
we
just
are
saying,
gonna
what's,
go
what's,
after him
what's
because-
stopping us from cleaning this up? This is we've already
Common sense.
approved the cleanup and it's still not done.
Because if I took it to court, went over there and cleaned it up, and the judge said he was putting up the fence, the neighbor took it down, we'd lose in court. So,
So there's still stuff out in the front yard though,
You ain't a
too,
kid,
right?
I drove by there today, it
Right.
looks like a crap
but
hole.
also in this new ordinance that we're putting in, we've adopted the, property maintenance code, which has a lot more pull in court than our current ordinances. And when I throw that at them in court, it'll happen right away. So I'm hoping you
So is
guys
this gonna
can
be
get
able to
through
be-
this as soon as possible, because then I won't just go after his yard, I'm gonna go after the house. The house
Will
is
the new
falling
ordinance
apart.
be able to be used since this was already an ongoing thing?
Well, the courts make me start
sure.
over every single time, they don't care about the past.
Really?
Then why did we approve it the
Wow.
last time to get this taken care of, now it's not taken care of? How many months ago was that we approved it for
It
that
was
little
cleaned
lawnmower
up
guy?
Last
It
year.
was cleaned up.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was cleaned
Yeah,
up
it
once.
was.
The
We
gray
hired-
water was on the
It was.
bid in that,
Yeah,
It was
that's when we
cleaned up.
hired
Yeah.
somebody,
It's always
Beg to
gonna
differ.
come
and they
back.
went in and cleaned it up.
$2,000, he come in and cleaned it
They
up.
went in and cleaned it up, yeah,
I drove by there and I didn't see anything cleaned up.
I
it
did.
was.
It was cleaned up.
But as
It's all
soon
that cleaned up.
Paul, as
Guys,
soon as
you
it was
got
cleaned up, you
big
turned right
difference in
around
cleaning
and
up.
went back and started doing it again.
It still looks like a crap hole, I don't think it's ever looked any different.
Well, hopefully we pass that ordinance and it'll,
I wouldn't wanna live next to him.
Yeah, right. It's a free for all.
This question, the question being, the new code, like for the zoning, it was things would be grandfathered in. The new code, can we use the new code to
That's
go
what I-
after him is what you meant?
Yeah,
Yes,
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Legal non-conforming for zoning, but it doesn't apply to the code side.
doesn't apply to the building code side, no.
Okay.
Property maintenance.
Correct?
okay.
That's what I took her question to.
Right, but we
I just wanna
also,
know, since it's already been going on.
we had a similar code in place that prohibited it already, but the property maintenance code has more pull with the state. It's not a local code, it is a state code. It gives us more authority with that.
I don't
Any other
think
questions?
you can't grandfather in junk. You can, I mean, if somebody has a property line and we're changing some stuff, you can't mess with that property line issue. Cause that's always been there. But you don't, junk doesn't count.
When you put a fence up, property line issue is an issue. Isn't it, if it's facing
It's gotta be
the
on there.
neighbor, it's gotta be on, and if it's facing you, it's gotta be a foot off
Oh,
or
I didn't say it
something.
wasn't.
Yeah, I'm just saying, a fence would be a property line issue, so.
The property,
I don't,
the neighbor to the south was stating that, or claiming that he was putting the fence on their property.
yeah.
He's lived there longer. He knows where the property line is. And they were contesting it. He already had posts in the ground. The neighbor pulled them out. As far as I'm concerned, the neighbor should have been charged with malicious destruction of property until such time as they provided an actual property survey
See, why didn't they
showing
do a
where that
survey?
line is.
Somebody had to do a survey.
You don't
Right,
want
and
to
it
pay
should be
for
the
it.
person that's
Yeah.
contesting the property line, not the property owner who's putting up the
If
fence.
they didn't do a
Because he
survey, it
knows
was
where it's
contesting
from.
it, is that what you're saying?
There was
They
no
just
survey
contested
done.
it. Now, the issue was now that they've resolved it and they've come to a decision of, okay, this is the property line, they can put the fence up. Now the ground's frozen, you can't put the post in the ground
Right.
anymore. So if we were to go in there and clean it up, because he's not putting the fence up and following orders, well, the judge will say, well, you don't allow him to properly do it because the ground was frozen, he can't do it. They'll have an argument.
But my
That's
question.
the problem right now, is because of the way it took so
My question then
long.
would be, how do they know where the property line is if they didn't have it
They
surveyed?
just came to a final discussion, okay,
But
it's
that's
fine if you
between the
put it
two
here.
of them, what
Yeah.
happens when you get two more people in there?
That's-
Nobody resolved the issue.
I don't know.
That should be like something that should be enforced as far as like put a fence up, like you're saying. There should
I'm
have
trying.
some way of saying, well, you, so many feet off this road, so many feet off this road, property line exit here. So, you know what I'm saying? It show exactly where that property line, I don't think it's too hard to get a tape measure and figure out where that.
Well, I'm not certified as a surveyor, and I'm
You
not
need to
gonna
get a
go up
survey
there.
first.
You know, we'd have to hire somebody to do it.
That ain't
They
changed.
have-
Yeah,
then it
costs
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
They should split it amongst the two of them,
Right.
if they cared that much, everybody throw $500, $700 in,
Yep. And get a survey.
probably about $1,200 for that survey, maybe $1,000.
Maybe Spicers would cut them in.
That little piece.
Cheaper to clean it up.
I mean, he's sitting right
Sure
there.
is.
Cheaper, no, it's not cheaper.
No.
No,
Maybe
last, the
2,000.
first
The
time
other-
the guy
the other
paid
thing,
$700
Ms. Newman, is
instead of
when
doing $7,000.
You said about when the next people come in, there'll be dispute over the fence. There's not gonna be a person following Mr. Rittenberg in that house.
Right,
When he's
they'll be
gone,
gone?
nobody else is gonna live in there.
it'll be gone.
Yeah.
Term razzed.
It's still property that needs a line.
It'll,
I'm telling you, I've been through these.
I understand that, but it's, yeah,
Yeah.
as one being in that house before.
Well, and to me, if it was just a matter of just junk in the backyard, okay, we'll give him time to put the fence up, but there's also junk in the front yard.
That's what I'm saying. So you drive by there lately? It's-
Oh, I see it,
it's
I
bad.
see it every
It's
day.
bad.
How can you
Like,
not
really?
see it?
Yeah, that sounds really.
See it every day. And I get it, but what I'm saying is if if we take the stuff out, he can take us to court and say we didn't allow him the proper time to do it because the ground is frozen.
But
Based
then we
on
look
our-
back on the
based on
record
our
of how long we've been
But
fighting.
it
No,
was,
that's not how
he
it
was
works.
given a grievance because there were a property line dispute. Now that took into the winter time now that it's clear, we can't, in terms of a law, expect him to put those posts in the ground when it's frozen.
I get it.
That's what's gonna be, that's gonna argument, and we'll probably lose that. That's what we're getting
By
at.
the time we get to court, and hopefully it'll be summer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, maybe you can do it this weekend, it's supposed to be 50.
yeah.
Or 40 Wednesday, or third Friday, whatever it is.
Or next week,
I won't be
I
there.
heard it's like 50s. Next week.
You good, Mr. Coldfoot? All right.
Thank you.
Before we get to public comment, I'd just like to say, because I can't go to the Parks and Rec thing this next week, I don't believe. We measured from the train bridge, 7.5 miles, we marked every half mile, Whiskey Bend, Kimberly's Bale, so we marked it, and we put markers, so if they take our tags down, we can still do it. So now we're just waiting for spring to roll around, we're gonna pound some posts and get people to help put the signs up, so we're good. And it goes all the way down to where the bad, past the hay bridges, where the bad meets, the Shiawassee and Swan Creek. So we're gonna put a couple signs down there, and if that all works out and people wanna help out, we'll go farther. So,
I'll let them know. Good work.
Public comment? Yes, sir.
Just a little update from the county. Our county administrator, I don't know if any of you guys have had the chance to meet her, Mary Catherine Hanna. Have you met her? Okay, I know you have.
Yeah.
Anyway, she started with us going on, say, around 2 years ago. So she would like to start going around to all the townships and villages, just like a meet and greet thing. Take questions, and she is scheduled to come here next month, March 11th, I guess, is your next meeting here. So she will be attending along with her
They
deputy.
had.
I'm
who
sorry,
is
what's
she?
that?
I'm sorry, who is she? She's
County
the,
She's a
Administrator.
county administrator.
Oh, okay, got
Her
it.
name is Mary Catherine Hanna, and she is gonna bring our deputy administrator. His name is Gilbert. I don't even know his last name. He just started with us 2 weeks ago, probably. So yeah, think of questions to ask her. Now, she's got a lot of pull with the county. She works directly for the commissioners. I mean, she's the head of most of the departments, not elected officials. She don't take care of them. But, so she's pretty knowledgeable, very knowledgeable woman there. So think of questions for her, and she'll be here next month to introduce herself.
Rule number 1, don't mess with the judges.
Is she any good in family court?
I don't know.
Doesn't do it like that.
Ask her, that's a good question for her next
Rule number
month.
1.
Other than that, the county's actually running pretty smooth. A couple hiccups here and there, but all in all, it's going pretty well.
she specialized in anything special? I mean, like,
Years ago, she used to be a lawyer, but now she just came to us from Alpena. She was their county administrator, and she came to us roughly 2 years ago. So she's no longer a lawyer. Well, she might still be a lawyer, but that's not her job right now. We have her own
she
company.
retired?
she's the same as like being a city manager, but she's.
Right, just same as her,
Yeah.
Same as
exactly.
her, same as I was.
So he
Same-
works for
Just leave
you
it be,
guys.
I love it.
So I'm not sure if he can fire any of your water treatment people or whatever, I mean, but Mary Catherine has the power to get rid of people.
But does she have her hand in like most of the stuff going on in Saginaw County, or
Everything.
oversees it all?
Everything,
She
she
does
oversees
everything.
pretty much everything, except, like, any of our elected positions, like our treasurer, clerks, sheriff's department, no, they're elected, so she can't tell them what to do.
They
Who
work
hired
together.
her? You guys? Who hires her?
appointed
You
her?
Yeah,
guys?
we do.
Yeah.
She works directly for the
She's
commissioners.
hired by them just like we hired him.
Yes, right.
It's the same
But-
thing.
Jenny,
So-
would you give just a quick lowdown of the road commission meeting that we attended?
Oh, was it last week it was Kathy? Maybe 2 weeks ago on Friday,
We
whatever.
brought in about $10 million. We got a check for 10,000, but we are gonna budget the same 80,000 that we
Is
are.
that your number there, Kurt?
Yeah, I believe it's 80.
I was gonna ask you if we got a check, cause they said we did.
Are you guys getting your,
And we're supposed
are you getting your
we-
quarterly
we-
reports, or don't you guys get it, the township, getting a quarterly?
From,
township.
From the road commission. They're supposed to be given quarterly reports,
no,
that goes to your township?
yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because they don't do our roads.
Yeah, they
Well,
don't.
okay, that's
So
true.
they don't.
But yeah, your number, what'd you say your number was?
I think it's 80. 79, 80.
Oh, you're talking for the village?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't
Yeah.
have that, I got 195,000 for the township.
Good for them.
Well, good for them.
$195,241. But yeah,
Feeling the love.
Yep.
the whole board called in all the townships. And it was a pretty exciting meeting, I thought.
I thought it was pretty interesting.
They introduced their whole board and their foreman, Jason Brown, so if you have any questions on that, and they talked about what their this year expectations are gonna be. Funding, talked about the price of everything is going up so much. All the material costs, which last year, if you guys had 2 miles done, this year you're probably gonna get 1 mile road done. It's gone up stupid, like, in their equipment, they talked about their equipment and the equipment that they want in the near future.
We talked
And a
about
$400 truck is now $700.
Different
$400,000 truck is now $700,000, so. Did I miss anything on that, Kathy? I
a
mean,
different chip sealing process for subdivisions versus
Yeah,
rural roads.
keep the dust down
Keep the
and,
dust down, last longer.
right. But, they're trying new things, well, they gotta be careful, you can't,
Well, they say
it's
they're gonna
good,
do,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, they're gonna do 35 miles this year of chip and seal? They said that too.
For the county.
Yeah.
Yeah,
county
I thought you
wide,
meant for
yeah.
you guys. But you know, they gotta be careful.
Be a lot
in
of
trying-
miles.
We don't get any.
Great.
Gotta be careful in trying to save money too, cause you
Yeah,
don't
we rode
want
about
cheap
3 times.
material
No,
too, so.
and Mr., who's the head honcho, Dennis?
Borchard.
Yes. Said anytime any villages, cities decide they wanna do whatever to their roads,
Go in with them and get a lower
contact them
price.
first because they may be able to get a lower price for us before we go anywhere else.
When you go out to bid, just throw in with them because then it's a larger amount. You get a
Right,
lower
the bigger the
price.
job,
Yeah,
the
Which
cheaper
we
price.
always look into when
Yeah.
we
Okay.
do
Deer
projects.
kill, something I thought was pretty interesting too, they never picked up deer before in several years. Now call the county to pick up deer and they pick them up every Tuesday.
All
So
right.
I thought that was pretty
So
interesting.
that's where they all go. Okay, I was,
Other
Okay.
stations have been doing that for years.
There
Yeah.
was like 7 of them.
We
on
used to
52
do it all
this
the
week-
time.
At
last
first
couple
they said
weeks.
call 911 and that wasn't a good idea, so
Yeah.
they changed it, call pretty much your foreman, which I think would be Jason Brown now here, so. But other than that, can you think of anything on that, Kathy, that?
No, I think you covered it pretty much.
picks up deer in the county?
Road commission.
You know, any young kids that are looking for a job this summer, they're,
Yeah, they're looking for
Hold on, 'cause they're looking for
part-time
some
jobs,
help.
so. If you guys want, follow my Facebook page, my commissioner page, like today I posted the frost laws are going off next Monday, which I thought was kinda.
What is?
Frost
Frost
laws,
laws,
next
driving.
Monday already.
for truck.
I was kinda surprised on that,
Yeah, that's crazy, but
What do they know that we
really
do?
hasn't.
yeah, I don't know.
It's gonna be 50 next week, I told you.
But,
It is.
so I'm trying to keep up with my
I saw.
Facebook,
It goes up.
One
and then
day,
it's gonna
yep.
go back.
Truck and that.
I try to keep up with my Facebook page, everything I find important anyway, so check that out. Other than that, that's all I have, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Denny.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a big flood and it's gonna freeze.
Nobody else? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
How about a second?
Second, whatever, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Meeting adjourned.